the time stamps on it, so then you can just go straight to the video, because I know that if you're actually installing it, you just want to get to the point where you're like, what am I doing here kind of thing, and where are the connecting points and all that. So the time stamps are going to be down below, so you can just cut straight to it. And if not, you guys can just watch the whole video, and it's not that difficult. We're going to take all the guesswork out of it for you, so you can just see it really quick, really easy, and how to do it all. Alright, how's it going, everybody? Today we are installing JB4 and downpipes. So this is my buddy Jerrick, who's currently taking off the cowl right now. So I want to make a how-to kind of video on it, because probably I've only seen 2 videos that were like came up on the search bar like on YouTube for installing a JB4 on an N55. So, and they're all like, one of them is really bad, really bad, and the other one's like 30 minutes long. It doesn't need to be that long. So first step is to take off the cabin filter. It's off to the left right here. It's 6 bolts, 8 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bolts. Really easy. Take that straight off, because you need to have access to the back part of the engine. So next step is take off this engine cover, or this fuse box cover. Really simple. Same thing on this side. And then also get these wires out of the way. You just gotta pop them off with a little flathead screwdriver, really simple. And the bolts to get off this big cover are here, and opposite side there. This one's already off, so see how it already comes out, or it comes out, and it slides in, so you gotta pull it out like that. Alright, so that next step was to take off the battery terminal. The negative, you just needed a 10 mil, and it's kind of forceful if you've never taken it off before, but you can, hold on, let me get that. So you can just pry, like once you loosen this guy right here, you can just pry it up with a screwdriver and it will come off. So just make sure that that's disconnected before you do any type of electrical work. So next step is to take off this air box and get yourself a little bit more space, because you need to be able to run the wires right through here. So there's a connecting point there, and like these clips, and like I think that's it actually. And then you have to take off that mass flow air sensor, and it just pops right off. Okay, once you get the air box off, really simple stuff. Get fuse box open. There's just unlock, and then these black little clips that you get to slide, just pop that off, and that's at the point where we're at right now. Okay, first sensor that you're gonna be taking out and redoing is, it's called a T-map sensor. So according to JB4's online guide, it's not really clear. So I just want to tell you guys, it is on your charge pipe. It's located on your charge pipe right there, okay? So engine bay, right there. All you need to do is just go around it and pull it out. It just slides out, really simple. And then plug in your JB4, and then have this guy that comes from your engine into the female adapter, which we're gonna show right now. That in. So that's now in, and now you connect this guy to this guy. And boom. So that sensor is now done. The next connecting point is your T-map sensor, I believe. So it's not your air in, it's not this one, okay? Don't do this one. That's the one that connects to your air intake. Do not do that. It's underneath this plastic cover right there, okay? Be careful on the clip, because we broke ours. But all you have to do is undo that clip and pull this out. Connect the JB4 female one into your cars, just like that, right? That's nice and in. And then the JB4's male connector into this one, right? And then we're gonna make sure that's secure. But now that one's done. Push this back down, push that back down, and you're on to your boost solenoid, which is your blue one. And then side note, if you have a JB4 system that has these purple connectors, it says you don't need it anymore, so you can either cut it off or just tuck it away, but you do not need these. So it's only the brown wires, this yellow whatever one, and blues. That's it. Always make sure that you're reading all the instructions when doing these things instead of just pulling off random parts. So according to JB4's little diagram, boost solenoid, which is the very last thing. It's hard to reach, and they're not really kidding when it's hard to reach. So we can get this to kind of, there we go. That thing, that's your boost solenoid. There's a little metal clip on it. So you need to undo the metal clip, attach the male connector, the JB4, and then put the female into the, yeah, you guys get it. That's the shot. So that, and it's situated in that part of the engine bay. Just, we're gonna find out if this gives us a little bit more room. Is to have smaller hands or just get in at the right angle. It looks like you could go in like this, but you have to squeeze the clips together because that's what you're looking at right here. So you just squeeze them together right there, and then it just pops right off. So now we're gonna connect the female side into the cars and the JB4s into the one back down in the hole. So this, removing that guy, gives you just enough room. Just be careful on how much you move it, but it gives you just enough room to get your hand in there. And then reverse instructions, like squeeze it to slide it in, and that for to snap, and now we're in. So now all we have to do is splice these wires and we're in. So Nick, what time is it?
Too fucking early.
Too fucking early because he works a very graveyardish shift. But he's our resident mechanic person with this lovely, give me some specs on this, Ford 100 1960, 69. What a great year. Look at that. Such a great year. 69. What we recommend is that before you start connecting everything, that you run this guy underneath the crossbar instead of over, because we were kind of too quick on it. We started installing everything, so it's easier just to snake this through rather than unplug it over here. But that's just a little quick tip right there. There's 4 extra wires that you have to connect before it's done. The ground wire right there. So just loosen it a little bit, slide it under, and tighten it down. Pretty simple. So next up, that red wire, it literally goes exactly where that is. So Jerrick's going to demonstrate what's going on. So you unplug it, you shove it down the left side, no joke, just the wire, and then you re-plug in the fuse and it secures it. And that's exactly what it says on the JB4 instructions manual. So just make sure that's secure in there and connected. End result, it'll look like that. It just slid right in, and the fuse is pushed all the way in. There, so now we only have 2 more, this brown wire and this green wire. And now they're looking at his truck. Consulting, this needs to be upgraded because it sucks. So, updating that, you have to take off these 2 felt things that are wrapped around this giant bundle right here to expose, so it was just like this. So to expose these 2 white cap things. So inside is what you need. So there's a blue bundle, aka the ones that are blue, and a red bundle. The green wire from the JB4 will wrap around this once you take this off. And the brown one will wrap around this one and seal it together. And that is that right there, okay? So we will show you that process right now. You can get a heat gun, which not a lot of people have. A lot of people have hair dryers. That's the next best thing. You can get a torch, you can get a lighter, whatever it is to pull these off and to heat them up to pull them off. And then you want to make sure that there's a very clean connection around this once we show you the wires, because you need a connection to make sure that everything's running properly. This is quite dirty. This black stuff comes off with it, that stuff off, so we're going to heat it up, and then we're going to make sure that this is really clean. Okay, so trying to clean it off as best you can. So we actually have a soldering iron available to us. So we're going to clean these both off and then solder both these guys on here, because I'm planning on keeping the JB4 for a while. Just try to clean that off as best as possible. You'll see that it's really gooey and cruddy. a little bit, and then we'll put the plastic things back on, and then put everything back together and check if it works. So, a little bit of a complication. So we kind of thought when you put this lid back on and try to seal it, there's going to be this giant wire that's sticking out of it. You're not going to be able to seal anything. So the best plan of action that we have is to cut this block, slip this through, and then we'll seal it right here so then it'll be still weatherproof. So JB, that instruction manual doesn't mention anything about it. So this is our plan of action, and we're going to see what happens. Hopefully it works out well. Just be careful on cutting because there are wires in that. And then just pop this out, slide that in. So now it'll sit flush, and then we'll seal this together right there, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so I'm filming this video a couple days later because we had some issues with a coil pack, and that was a really long hassle that was stupid and whatnot. So this is the end of installing the JB4 video because my outro the other day was kind of shitty, so I just wanted to show you guys that the controls and everything works. So if you hold down both the down arrows on the steering wheel, I guess the minus and the down arrow at the same time, you get that. I'm on map 0 right now. There's map 1, map 2, map 3, 4, you get it, right? So if I wanted to go to map 1, I have it on map 1 right there, and then I will hit this down arrow, and now I'm back to normal. And then if I don't want any map at all, same idea, down arrow, get in the menu again, go select map 0, and hit down, and then you're back in map 0. Really simple. So if you guys want an in-depth video on how to do that, I've already seen one. Burger Tuning put one up, and it's been up for a while, so I don't think that'll be necessary. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions at all, please leave a comment. So please subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.